This is just a conversation with myself in my Morning Moose series. Conversation with myself or meditation. Just letting my soul speak. For quite some time now, I have been on this topic of I am and our realization of divinity. In the common vernacular, it's essentially saying, I am God. And I know that is a shocking and preposterous statement to most people's ears. And you wouldn't really understand it unless you had been awakened to your shadows and traumas, and all of a sudden you're faced with a side of yourself that you have never been aware of. And that can be quite traumatizing in itself, to all of a sudden be faced with this darkness, with these dark aspects within ourselves that we have just kept under the surface for most of our life. But now that they're here, the question is, what do we do with this trauma? How do we overcome it? And how do we keep it from happening again? How do we keep it from lodging in our subconscious? And from my own experience, as I look back over the past 2 years in particular, which has been my dark night of the soul, to varying degrees, where I had to work on these shadows and come face to face with myself. Or you could apply it with the scripture in the Bible. It says, I have come face to face with God in my awakening, and that God turns out to be my soul, myself, my true being, the aware being, the aware essence and spirit. So in my experience and in my development, as I have unraveled and observed my journey, the essential core foundation that needs to be laid in order to heal trauma and to prevent it from happening again is the foundation of the I am that I am. The foundation of the message that you are God. You have to see yourself that way. Why is it so important to see yourself that way as divine source from that perspective? Well, it's the only way out of victim mentality. And the trauma gets lodged because we subconsciously believe that we can't help ourselves. We are victim and we are always at the mercy of another. And in this case, we're at the mercy of God. Do you see what I'm saying? To believe in the mercy of God is to be in a subconsciousness of victimhood. You see everything from a helpless state of being, and so everything in life is happening to you, and there's nothing you can do about it. And this helplessness is what gives trauma such strength and such an effect. If you become consciously aware of the truth that you are God, and you are, because you are a fractal of Source. However many pieces that is fractaled out, spread out. It's like sparks from a candle. It's still the candle, it's still the light. You are God. And only with this foundation, your conscious knowing that you are Source God, you're the divinity, the divine essence. And if you try to split it up into percentage or degrees, you're still fully divine essence. And to have this knowing in your subconscious, in the depths of your soul, changes you from victim mentality into sovereignty. For one, you're no longer at the mercy of God because you are God. And because of that, you can now look at life and say, life is happening for me, or I am happening to life. I make life happen. It's a different angle. You'd be surprised what difference it makes in how you experience this life. You can experience it as a victim, or you can experience it as a sovereign. And I believe Jesus was living from this awareness of being a sovereign. That's why he could say to his persecutors, "You have no power to do anything to me, but I have made the choice to lay down my life, and I can pick it up again." So he was not in victim mentality of, "Oh my God, they're killing me." No, he was aware of his sovereign I am reality. Mind you, he did lose it occasionally, like we all do. Like in the garden, he was overtaken in the moment by a situation, and it was a fearful situation, but he did regain his higher consciousness. So anyways, why is this so important to healing and to prevent future trauma? Because you can give yourself permission now to forgive everything. you forgive yourself for everything that happened, because now everything is okay. Now you feel empowered psychologically or from a soul level to, you just don't fear life in the same way. You don't fear the what ifs in life in the same manner than when you felt helpless, when you felt at the mercy of someone else. If we're feeling at the mercy of someone else, we are completely powerless, disempowered. So it makes all the difference being empowered or disempowered. And those two things determine how much trauma is going to cling to us. So yes, in summary, if you want to heal and overcome this world, you have to change your belief system from being at the mercy of God to recognizing that I am God. And life isn't happening to me, but it's happening for me. And I am happening to life. And everything becomes like an adventure or a movie. And you become the hero of your own movie. And it's just a movie. It'll pass.